fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
I still remember the day I met him, the way my heart skipped a beat as our eyes locked in a crowded room. It was as if time had stopped and all that existed was the two of us, suspended in a sea of strangers. The sound of laughter and chatter faded into the background, and all I could hear was the beating of my own heart. His name was Ethan, and he was everything I wasn't: confident, charismatic, and mysterious. I, on the other hand, was a shy and introverted artist, struggling to find my place in the world. We met at an art gallery where my paintings were being showcased for the first time. I was nervous, fidgeting with my hands as I watched people walk by, pretending to be interested in my work. The smell of wine and cheese wafted through the air, and I could feel the weight of their judgmental eyes on me. That's when I saw him standing across the room, his piercing blue eyes fixed on me. He was tall, with broad shoulders and a strong jawline, and his dark hair was perfectly messy. He looked like he had just stepped out of a magazine, and I felt like a plain Jane in comparison. As he walked towards me, I felt my heart racing, my palms growing sweaty. His deep voice sent shivers down my spine as he introduced himself. "Hi, I'm Ethan," he said, his voice low and smooth. "I'm a huge fan of your work." I was taken aback by his compliment, and I stuttered out a greeting. We talked for hours, discussing art, music, and life. I was surprised by how easy it was to talk to him, how much we had in common. He was intelligent, witty, and kind, and I found myself falling for him hard. As we talked, I couldn't help but notice the way he moved with a quiet confidence, the way his eyes sparkled when he laughed. But as the night wore on, I realized that Ethan was hiding something. He would occasionally glance over his shoulder, his eyes scanning the room as if he was searching for someone. He would also receive mysterious phone calls, which he would answer in hushed tones. I didn't think much of it at the time, assuming he was just a busy person with a lot on his plate. As the days turned into weeks, Ethan and I grew closer. We would meet for coffee, go on long walks, and explore the city together. He was my rock, my confidant, and my best friend. Despite our deepening connection, I couldn't shake off the feeling that he was hiding something from me. One night, as we were walking through a deserted alley, the sound of his phone ringing cut through the silence. He answered it, his voice low and urgent, sending a shiver down my spine. "I have to go," he said, his eyes locked on mine. "I'm sorry." I felt a surge of curiosity mixed with a hint of fear. What was he hiding, and why did I feel like I was falling deeper into the unknown with every passing day? As I watched him walk away, I couldn't help but wonder what secrets he was keeping from me. Was he in danger? Was he hiding something from his past? The questions swirled in my mind, and I couldn't shake off the feeling that I was in over my head. I thought back to our conversations, trying to remember if he had ever mentioned anything suspicious. But his words were always laced with a sense of mystery, and I couldn't help but feel like I was missing something. As the days turned into weeks, my curiosity grew. I found myself wondering about Ethan's past, about the secrets he was keeping from me. I would see him in my dreams, his eyes locked on mine, his voice whispering secrets in my ear. I would wake up with a start, my heart racing, my mind filled with questions. Who was Ethan, really? What was he hiding? And why did I feel like I was falling deeper in love with him every day? I knew I had to confront him, to ask him the questions that had been plaguing me for weeks. But as I thought about it, I realized that I was scared of what I might find out, scared of losing him. As I stood there, my mind racing with thoughts and emotions, I knew that I had to make a decision. I could either confront Ethan and risk losing him, or I could continue to live in the unknown and risk losing myself. The choice was mine and mine alone. I took a deep breath and let my heart guide me. I would confront Ethan, and I would uncover the secrets he was hiding. I was ready to face whatever lay ahead as long as I had him by my side. As I walked towards him, my heart pounding in my chest, I knew that our love was about to be put to the test. "Ethan," I said, my voice barely above a whisper, "we need to talk." He turned to me, his eyes locked on mine, and I knew that our journey was just beginning. "What is it?" he asked, his voice low and husky. "Know you're hiding something from me," I said, my voice firm, "and I want to know what it is." He looked at me, his eyes searching mine, and I knew that he was trying to decide whether to tell me the truth. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "I didn't mean to hurt you." "Hurt me?" I repeated, my voice rising. "What are you talking about?" He took a deep breath, and his eyes locked on mine. "I'm in danger," he said, his voice low and urgent, "and I don't know if I can keep you safe." I felt a surge of fear mixed with a sense of determination. "I don't care about the danger," I said, my voice firm. "I care about you, and I want to know what's going on." He looked at me, his eyes searching mine, and I knew that he was trying to decide whether to trust me. "Okay," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "I'll tell you everything, but you have to promise me one thing." "What's that?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "You have to promise me that you'll stay safe," he said, his voice low and urgent. No matter what happens, you have to promise me that you'll take care of yourself. I nodded, my heart pounding in my chest. I promise, I said, my voice firm. And with that, Ethan began to tell me his story, a story of secrets and lies, of danger and deception. As I listened, my mind racing with thoughts and emotions, I knew that our love was about to be put to the test. But I was ready to face whatever lay ahead, as long as I had Ethan by my side.